Hey guys, welcome back to another episode on the Recovering Gamer. Today we're going to actually start with something I feel like I should have uploaded a lot sooner, and that is what is video game addiction, right? Because we can't talk about something we don't know about. We can't discuss it. We can't figure out that we have it if we don't know what it means, right? So we're going to use two websites today. I have it pulled up on my PC right here, but I'm also going to put up a screenshot right over here for you guys so you guys can see that. The first one's going to be clevelandclinic.org. It's my.clevelandclinic.org. I'll put the link down in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. But it's kind of talk about what is video game addiction. So according to clevelandclinic.org, which I agree with, it's a pretty long statement, but we're going to kind of pick out what we want to talk about. Again, I'm going to pop it up here so you guys can look at it. So what is video game addiction? Well, video game addiction is also known as internet gaming disorder, is a condition characterized by several reduced control over gaming habits, resulting in a negative consequences in many aspects of your life, including self-care, relationships, school, and work, which that is going to be more of a deep dive maybe next video. That's the plan, but we'll kind of see what we talk about today and go from there. This condition can include gaming on the internet or any electronic device, but most people who develop significant gaming issues mainly play on the internet, especially nowadays where it's pretty simple to do so, right? Like you can buy a gaming PC. For some people, that's really expensive. For other people, it's not as expensive. I know my first gaming PC was like $800, and it just gets that same gaming PC. I'm sure is like $300 now, maybe four. I have no idea. This was a while ago. All right, now the next two parts are who does video games affect and how common is video game addiction? So, who does it affect? Well, video games addiction can affect children, teens, and adults. Although adults are most likely to have this condition. People assigned male at birth are more likely to have video game addiction than people assigned at female at birth. I did not know that actually. Um, and then how common is it? Well, research estimate that video game addiction affects between 1.7 and 10% of the United States population. The estimated range is large because many researchers disagree on the diagnostic criteria for internet gaming disorder. We're gonna just do a little thing. I'm gonna bring up my screen and we're gonna look at these numbers real quick. Alrighty, so we are looking at 333.3 million as of 2022. Let's look at this 1.7 number, right? So we're going to keep that up. We're going to go back to Google. So we're going to keep this up. So we're going to do 1.7% of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5.6 million people estimated. 5.6 million people have a gaming addiction. That's on the low end. Now, if we go back here and take that 10%, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 33 million, which means we are looking anywhere between 5.6 million people and 33 million people that possibly could have gaming addiction based on the definition that you are looking at. Again, looking at it, it says the estimated range is large because many researchers disagree on the diagnosis criteria for internet gaming disorder. Now, this one's really important, is what are the signs and symptoms of video game addiction? So the biggest one for me in a lot of aspects is poor performance at school, work, or household responsibilities as a result of excessive video game playing. Withdrawal symptoms such as sadness, anxiety, or irritability when games are taken away or gaming isn't possible. I need to spend more and more time playing games to get to the same level of enjoyment. So again, what you could have gotten with, let's just say 3 hours before, now you need 8 hours or whatever. Giving up previously enjoyed activities and or social relationships due to gaming. being unable to reduce playing time and having unsuccessful attempts to quit gaming despite the negative consequences it's causing. Lying to family members or others about the amount of time spent playing video games, definitely have done that. A decline in personal hygiene or grooming due to excessive video gaming. Using video games as a way to escape stressful situations at work or school or to avoid conflicts at home. And the last one is using video games to relieve negative moods such as guilt and hopelessness. Now that we have figured that out and talked about that, the second website that we are going to use, again, it will be in the description down below. I'm going to add pictures of what I talk about, all that, just so then you can see it. This one's quicker. It's not so much like in depth as that, but it is heart.org. It is how to break bad habits and change behaviors. It is talking overall about habits, but we're going to use it in context of video games. So it starts with like a scenario, right? Mike wrote a list. Make a healthy snack, go to the gym, don't waste time on cell phone, read a classic novel, House Train Rex. Just 24 hours later, Mike munched celery sticks while reading his favorite classic novel. His legs were sore after an hour on the treadmill while Rex waited patiently by the back door to go out. Do you believe this? Probably not. In reality, Mike was on the couch, one hand in a bag of chips, the other on his cell phone. The unopened jib bag and the copy of his classic novel was on the floor while Rex had soiled once again. That's more plausible, right? We all know habits don't change overnight, not for simple doggies. Not for simple doggies and not for big-brained human beings. But research shows that just like Rex can learn that he should go potty outside instead of Mike's gym bag, you can rewire your brain to change your habits. We humans need a subtler approach than a few treats and a good boys to change our ways. Here's how Mike and you can better understand how habits form and how to replace bad ones with good ones. You don't want to replace good ones with bad ones. How to replace bad habits with good habits. So there's 6 steps overall. So it's identifying cues. Now, I could continue talking about Mike's situation, but this is a video game channel. We're not talking about Mike's situation. We're talking about our situation. Identifying cues. So if we're talking about what we learned earlier, right? Poor performance at school, work, or household responsibilities. Noticing that. Withdrawal symptoms such as sadness, anxiety, or irritability when you're unable to play games. The need to play more and more to get to the same level of excitement that you did with 2 hours before. Giving up other activities so then you can game more. Lying to family members about gaming. Lack of personal hygiene. So it's noticing those little things in yourself. Or, again, if you're someone that you're noticing this in someone else, please send them my way. I would love to have them a part of this community. Instead of doing all that, we need to disrupt it. So once you know your cues, you could throw off bad habits off track, right? So this example is if the alarm cues you to bash the snooze button every morning, put the alarm clock on the other side of the room. Trekking across the floor will likely disrupt the snooze habit. So it's little things like that. So the way that you can do this and implement this is what I like to do sometimes, is I like to do, at least when I was starting off, I like to do 45 or an hour, hour and a half, whatever it is, 15 or 30. Now, by that, I mean an hour, hour and a half of gaming, like no interrupted or uninterrupted gaming, whatever I want to do for that hour, hour and a half, YouTube, whatever. And then I start small. I really like to start small because if I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, hour on, hour off, then it's like, oh, God, I don't want to do an hour on, hour off, right? Because I'm addicted to video games. That's the last thing I want to do. So what I do is I do hour and a half of video games and then 15 minutes doing something else. Even if that is just going and sitting on the couch. Even if that's walking outside, even if that's starting a load of laundry, whatever it might be, starting small is so important. I get that it sounds like a lot, and I get that you feel like you need all of those moments. I truly, truly understand that. But I also understand that this light is really starting to bug me. Oh my God, hold on. Because my light's right there, and then you could see it shining off my hand, and then my camera's right there. So I'm staring at my camera, and then just above that is the light. So I'm like kind of staring into the light. Anyways, I think that kind of that broke up the mood a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, but I get that it sounds like a lot, right? Gaming for 8 hours, you don't want to take 15 minutes to go do laundry or something. You don't want to break that up. But trust me, once you start kind of taking that time and putting little challenges and little things to it, maybe you can reward yourself with something, right? You do it for a week, you start implementing those little things every day, multiple times a day. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You could you could start with 5 minutes. That's how easy it is. Set a timer. I know that might sound like 5 minutes without gaming. What? Set a timer and go do something and see how quick it passes. Trust me. Now that kind of leads into our next one, which is replace. So replacing those bad habits, bad behavior, replacing the gaming time with something else. Now, I get replacing gaming time and with something else is not something you want to do. Trust me, I get it. I don't want to. If I have an entire day off of work, of other responsibilities, I don't want to do anything. I want to game, right? Like I have Game Pass, I have my PlayStation out in the living room. The last thing that I want to do is replace the time, but it is so, so important. And then it allows you to live in a cleaner area, right? Like this right here. This is messy. I haven't cleared it up, and it's sitting on my desk while I game. I can easily find another location for this. Number 4 is just keep it simple. Again, it's kind of all tying in. My answer for number 2 kind of ties in 2, 3, 4, and 5, honestly. Is just keep it simple. Keep it small, especially when you're starting off with gaming addiction. Start small. Start with 5 minutes. Start with 10 minutes. Hell, you can even go down to like 2 or 3 if you really, really feel like you need to. The important thing is that you start. And trust me when I say this, when you start, not only are you going to improve as a human, you are going to improve as a friend, as a partner, as a child, as an employee, as a student. Oh, you guys ever like your teeth ever like, because my teeth kind of right, they kind of sit like this, so when it hits like that, it hurts. Anyways, you're going to improve in so many other aspects in your life. It's going to be amazing. If there's one thing that you take from this video and from my community and everything that I do with this gaming channel, is that I am here to build a community to help you and other people change their habits to be a better you. Because I genuinely believe that gamers aren't bad people, they just have bad habits. And it's easy to not be able to see that, especially when you are not in their shoes and you do not know what's going on and or why. Again, if you know someone who any of what I have said relates to them, or you are someone yourself that you're starting to think like, oh, okay, I am gaming a lot more. Oh, okay, I'm, putting a lot more time into it than I should, which I get it. I get it. I was in your shoes, trust me. I had what was it? Like a 3-day binge. It was like 13 hours, 12 hours, maybe 10 each day, which I know doesn't sound like a lot. No, probably wasn't. It was probably more like 15. Um of just gaming. And it never felt like enough. I'd stay up late, I'd sleep in late, I'd get up and I'd start playing games. I wouldn't be done till 4 or 5 in the morning. I get where you're coming from. Alrighty. Moving past that, if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. I have to relook at my notes after I edit this and figure out where I'm gonna go from here. I know I want to do a. My girlfriend and I are starting to meal prep again, so I really want to record that. Um, but I just haven't yet. So those will be simple. So those will be. So that'll be a video. So that'll be a simple video with simple ingredients, better pizza, better pop. What? Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Right? That's the saying. I don't know. So I want to create a video with my girlfriend and I meal prepping for the week. We get 6 days of meals, which we usually do it Saturday or Sunday, and then that'll last us till. So we'll like meal prep Saturday, for example, and then usually with what we got Saturday, we're good for Sunday, and then we start eating our meal preps Monday, um, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we'll go to the store and whatever. I don't know. I'll explain it when that video comes, but uh subscribe, like, let me know what you guys want to see. Click that little notification bell to be notified when I do upload, when I decide to start uploading more consistently. But that will be soon. I promise. Yeah, I hope you guys stick around. Again, I truly believe that people with gaming addiction are good people. They just have horrible habits, and that is something that can easily be worked with. So, see you guys in the next one.